so um, the month. Well, it's been a month since I started this book, basically. Uh, well, it took me a month. I started this, I think, a week before we went into lockdown, and then I finished it, I think, about a week ago. So it did take me a month. Labyrinth of the Spirits by Carlos Ruiz Zafon. Zafon? I'm not totally sure. It was disappointing. It was 800 pages of disappointment. So I read Shadow of the Wind. What did it have been? Probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I loved that book. To this day, it's still one of my very, very favorite books ever. And so I was very determined that I was going to read all the other books in this. I don't know. It's not a trilogy, it turns out. I think there's actually 4 books. I started one of them. I think it was Prisoner of Heaven. Prisoner of Heaven, maybe? I'm not totally sure. Anyway, something like that. Now the lighting in here got really bad really quickly. It's like gray. Anyway, started it, didn't finish it. Prisoner of Heaven or Angel's Game? I'm not sure. Started it, couldn't finish it, put it to the side. I just thought, whatever. Sometimes books are like that. You try it one time, it's not for you, and then you look at it again and you're like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I don't know. I ended up, this was like on sale for cheap at Book Outlet, so I got it with the last round of books that I ordered from there, and I was very excited about it. And I don't know, when you're put in quarantine, then you think, oh, I've got lots of time, so why don't I read a great big book? Here's the thing about the great big book. I mean, it was okay. The main character in the story, she's quite unlikable, frankly. I think like I don't know. I don't enjoy it. There's something about the way that men write women who are single. They always come across as being like, so this main character, the woman in the main part of this story, she's supposed to be some sort of femme fatale, like, who's a spy and does all this stuff. But the way he writes her, it's like, she's this fabulous single woman, and men are very attracted to her, but she's single, but she wishes she wasn't. Like, she goes into all these like things about wishing she could have a normal life and all this stuff. I don't know, like, quote unquote normal. I don't know. I just I find that very frustrating. Maybe I find that frustrating because I am a single woman who doesn't spend all her time lamenting. I mean, that's not to say, like, we all look at other people's lives and think, oh God, wouldn't that be nice? Like, I know I have lots of happily married or coupled friends who look at my life and think, God, wouldn't that be fun? Right? Just kind of in passing, but you have your own life and you're living your own life and whatever. But there's this like weird thing about men writing women who are single I don't know. That's apparently all that single women really want, is to find a man. I just don't know. I find that irritating. So that kind of ruined the main part of the story for me. Also, it's long. It is long. It's like 780 some pages, I think. Yeah, 785 pages. Nope, sorry, more than that. 805 pages. 805 pages. That should have been edited down to 600. It just, and it was horrible because the ending so endings are supposed to like tie things together. And this ending just unraveled everywhere. things like just things that didn't need to be talked about. I don't know. Maybe some of the stuff that he's talking about at the end here it didn't even seem to be setting anything up for any of the other novels. I don't know. It was weird. But like you get to, you're 600 pages in and then you think, "Oh, well, there's 200 left. There must be something worthwhile there." And so you plunder on and plunder, that's not the right word. You plow forward. And I don't know. It was frustrating. I found the end particularly frustrating. Like the last 200 pages was just no, not necessary. You could have been good editing. Could have really helped this book out quite a bit. I really love Furman was in this one again. I really love him. He's one of my very, very favorite literary characters of all time. So he kind of saved the book for me, but he wasn't really in it a whole lot. He just kind of popped up now and then. So that also made this book really challenging for me. There's some torture scenes. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But I mean, it is a gothic Barcelona kind of stuff that he writes, so that's to be expected. I think there was some of that in Shadow of the Wind too, but I don't know. It wasn't very. It seemed to be part of the story, so it was kind of like, I guess that it's also part of the story here. It just, I don't know. To me, it just never seems like that's particularly well written. I don't know. I just skim over stuff like that usually. Anyway, that is essentially my take on the Labyrinth of the Spirits. I don't think I have much else to say about it. It was a week ago. I've forgotten most of it anyway. But yeah, those were so. It's probably a good thing. I could go on for hours otherwise. Yeah. I don't know. I thinking about rating this. Like I stuck with it for the whole 800 pages. I think that I stuck with it mostly because, oh, well, I'm in quarantine and God knows when this is going to end because it seems like they don't even have an exit strategy. So we're going to be doing this for 18 months. So I probably got time. I'm being a little bit sarcastic. But I don't know. I don't think I would have finished it normally. So I'm going to give it 2.5. 2.5 cups of tea. Happy reading.